He was trapped by an 800-pound boulder, and the only tool he had to escape was his own will.
Amazing truth. Incredible stories that are all 100% real.
On April 26, 2003, an experienced climber named Aron Ralston descended into the remote beauty of Blue John Canyon, Utah. He was alone, confident, and completely unaware that his life was about to be defined by 127 hours of impossible survival. He was exploring a narrow slot canyon when the unthinkable happened. An 800-pound boulder, dislodged by his movement, fell and pinned his right hand and forearm against the canyon wall. He was trapped instantly. The initial shock gave way to a desperate struggle. He pushed, he pulled, but the rock would not budge. He had less than a liter of water, 2 burritos, and a cheap multi-tool with a dull blade. For 5 days, he rationed his meager supplies. The water ran out on day 3. Hope began to fade as dehydration and exhaustion took over. He started chipping away at the massive rock with his tiny knife, a futile effort. He recorded heartbreaking goodbye messages to his family on his camcorder, convinced he would die in that canyon. But on the morning of the 6th day, a different thought took hold. A vision of a future son gave him a surge of will. He realized the rock was not the problem, his arm was. If he could not move the rock, he had to move himself. He made a decision that most of us cannot even comprehend. Using his body weight, he deliberately and painfully broke the 2 bones in his forearm. Then, with the dull 2-inch blade of his multi-tool, he began to cut. For an agonizing hour, he sawed through muscle, nerves, and tendons. Finally free, his ordeal was far from over. Bleeding and severely dehydrated, he had to rappel down a 65-foot cliff with one hand, and then hike for 6 miles under the scorching sun. Just as he was about to collapse, he miraculously stumbled upon a family of hikers. They gave him water and alerted rescuers. Aron Ralston had chosen life, no matter the cost. His severed arm was later retrieved. He had it cremated, and he returned to that very canyon to scatter the ashes, closing the most brutal chapter of his life.
What did you think of this story? Which true story would you like to see next? Tell me in the comments, share it, and subscribe so you never miss one.